Hey, welcome back to the project. Okay, so this episode is going to be about a lot of inventory. It's going to be toned down. I did a recording previously where I was a lot more, maybe had a little too much energy in me. I was just happy, I guess. Yeah, because I was talking about, time I spent with, not just people I've known for quite some time, even recently, but it's just good vibes. There's like housing, residential, medical, and the stuff that, that kind of resembled it. There's a new inventory. I missed some stuff actually, even there. For example, when I was talking about my business partner and like good friend from like Thailand and so on and so forth, her and her husband, retired nurse, and privacy confidentiality, nothing mentioned. That's divulges too much. I did forget to mention that I didn't just pick up products. She gave like 2 little tangerine things that were for like New Year's, Lunar New Year, and then there's like a whole package of whey protein isolate. And whey protein isolate is just like a very high purity and 25 grams of pure protein of grass-fed, proper protein. Anyway, stuff like that. There was so much that I missed actually. That was probably worth mentioning. Anyway, so after that, and I think I thought that was going to be an inventory related episode series, but this one is more inventory because that one had a lot of it was more about people, right, and just spending time with people. So I guess that's like I call it the gratitude series or whatever, but it's not necessarily gratitude, it's just some having a good time, meaningful time with people you care about, and just have a good time. So this one's more pure inventory. It's pure inventory. It's got a lot less to do with people and more just about the shit that everybody runs through. So there's a lot of mail. And let's just start. So there was a standard. I'm not going to cover this one with too much detail because I did one episode about this a couple weeks back, and it was like covered like grocery and retail and home hardware stuff, like shoppers. But I kept this one out here because I'm going to, like I said, every time I take a shower, use this kind of stuff, just to land a mat. And then also, there's like a fly that got in. I think it was a moth, not a fly. A baby moth that got in. And it was annoying. I wanted to swat it down, or at least like capture it and then like move it out. So that's why there's the paper, spam mails here. But it was caught. Actually got stuck inside the refrigerator and then nearly died. Next, we have, so now that that's aside, okay, more serious affairs. This one is a bank letter with a yearly statement, because you think of RRSP, registered savings plans. I mean, it's for different countries. That's what we call it here. I know in the States they do something different. Do they call it something different? Oh, maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's a savings plan. So there's not a whole lot of change. It's just a couple cents worth of difference. Maybe 50 cents, 60 cents difference throughout the whole year. I didn't put a whole lot into this particular account anyways. But it's a statement, a yearly statement. Income tax season's coming up soon, so we're gonna be doing a few episodes on that. What else do we have? We also have this. Is a notice from housing, and someone I can't say we're friends, but we're more like acquaintances who really trust each other, because I know he's a trustworthy man, and gets shit done, and he knows what he's doing. Our superintendent, provided that the tenants do their part, and he knows that I got my shit done. He knows I can handle my shit. So he appreciates that, and I appreciate him because I can tell that he's doing it. He's getting work done, and I getting work done too. So there's a bit of camaraderie there. And anyways, we popped in to check in the floors because the floors were over the summer popped up due to humidity or whatever. And it's like it also helps that I think he has a notion that I've been trying to restore some civil order to a reasonable degree. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to be like good enough that he doesn't have all this that all of us living in society, in the community, in the neighborhoods, in the city, in the local municipality, but don't have daily outrageous, out of control conflicts and arguments that turn into like borderline violence, or just make things difficult for you to go on your day-to-day basis and get your job done. And he probably really appreciates that because like I'm living in a terrace where there's all sorts of shit happening, and he probably respects the fact that I'm bringing some order here, and then I take care of my own shit. So, and I have that same respect for him too. So it's like, that's what it is. So he popped in, he checked in. This is a 24-hour notice. He came in, checked in the floors. There's varnishing. The planks have been replaced, or not replaced, pulled and then re-glued, and then I did my own work on it after the staining and the varnish. The ventilation's still running. I think I did an episode on this a while back. Yeah, it's waiting to be up. It's not uploaded yet. Again, I'm at least a couple weeks, if not a month ahead. Yeah, okay, that's great. He popped in, just a very brief encounter, but it was like a show of understanding. Came in, here's the floor. Just going in, here's the floor, here's where he did the work. You can see the different colors, whatever. Just because the staining was a slight different tinge. Also by the HVAC or the PTAC, centralized air ventilation, and that's it. That's good. Look, they did a good work. I said. I even had a good chat with the team. It's a Middle Eastern team. There's like some camaraderie there. All right, so that's it. Again, heritage from a small country, both of us war-torn countries at that. So next thing, this one is I can't show it completely because there's a face on it. So I'm going to cover the face because and the address, obviously, because there's a face here and I don't, just again, privacy, confidentiality. Probably don't want this broadcast line. So this is a housing newsletter. I think of like when I used to volunteer for a local hospital up in a different district of the city. They had a community or a volunteer newsletter every 3 months or so. This is along the same lines, right? So this is for housing, residential. I also had a newsletter, I believe, for the seniors home that I volunteered for. And then there was also, in the heyday, it's probably like more than like 15 years ago now, I guess, over a decade. Yeah, it's like if you go to post-secondary, if some of you guys are students, you'll get these newsletters from your student life center or whatever. SLC, we called it, on my campus. Okay, so that's that. A newsletter, looks like there's like a 40 pages, and then, 20 pages, so. Talking about, of course, this is like a community housing kind of newsletter, so they do cover minority groups here. There are some politics, obviously, that you can't avoid as a result of it being like community housing, so talking about indigenous voices and stuff like that. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. It was just overdone. In the 2010s, the past decade was overdone, but I think it's like good now, so it doesn't hurt. It's actually a really healthy thing to discuss this, as long as it's not too far to one extreme or to the opposite extreme. Just having the conversation is very healthy, and that's normal, and it should be done. It's not just normal; it should be paid attention to. So we cover here some projects. I guess in the States, you say it's projects. Fall, winter fire safety tips, geographical alignment, changing of the system administratively, how the government's going to handle it, health services. Yeah, that's a new service. Promising trade-off. I'm going to see. I can't show it to the camera a little bit. can barely show. It's fine. There's a contest here, some for youth. I'm trying to make sure I don't show too much. Right? Scholarships for those seeking post-secondary education. Not relevant for me, but for others. Some great stories here of people from other neighborhoods and what they're doing for their buildings in their residential areas. A young man over here, an older woman over here, who have done volunteer work. One is now formally employed for the neighborhood organization that they grew up in. And yeah, and all the different languages spoken to get contact information, and client center resolutions and stuff like that. Okay, so that's it. It's I'm probably going to toss this into the drawer. One thing I didn't do before was mention what I was going to do with all the inventory, but I guess this is a proper inventory episode, so I will mention. I divvied up the room into different areas, like roughly 11 rooms. Same thing with my rental lease on my second among others. And it's got also 10 regions, so but we'll talk about that in a moment, like in the future when it comes to inventory and how there's like 11 regions or areas, and at least 60 something or so regions or subsections, sections within. So I would designate something like A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K. So 11 different sections named, and then all the subdivisions. Like there's an office, the kitchen, the toilet, the washroom, the closet area, the shed, the balcony, whatever, the bedroom area, dining room area. Yeah. So this is definitely going to the shelving, probably in DCV. I think in region E, which is like a shelving cabinet kind of thing. And then some of this mail, which I'll keep, I will move over to my second, not property, like just a lease rental, which is going to be, that goes on from K. So LMNOPQRSTU, 10 sections at the second place. So the next time I go there, just for security measures, I go check them. Okay, that's it. The next thing, last thing, I believe, hopefully, is look at this. This is a lottery. This is SickKids lottery, and I remember growing up, man, SickKids lottery is something that my biological providers, one of them, he was really heavily invested in it. He had no choice. It's just they had nothing. They took nothing. Refugees kind of stuff, and he always banked on the lottery. And I knew that it was never a good bet, and neither did my other provider. They were always in sometimes arguments. There's some like shade thrown between them because he always participated in lotteries and she didn't approve of that, obviously. And I have to say, she's right, because it's not really going to help you get out of it. But at the same time, I understood his perspective because the situation was so dire that, which actually she kind of caused for the most part, financially, that, he just resorted to lottery. But anyways, this is a SickKids lottery, and it's a hospital in the downtown core. And, again, this is relatable for some of you, right? You guys have grown up. Some of you guys participate in lotteries. Sometimes it's a community event. You and your colleagues, a group of like 20, 30 colleagues, band together, chipping in $2 each to afford like a major ticket or several, at the OLG, Powerball or whatever. With a chance to get, in this case, like 1 million or whatever in cash, and then the prizes inside seems to be. So let's just read a little bit. Early bird bonus, You can win 1 million in cash, grand prize, charity lottery. Right, it's a charity for the hospital, right? So I keep forgetting my left is your right. You know, putting my face to the side here. Okay. We got the grand prize 2, 3, 4. I saw a lot of this kind of stuff. There's a little bit of reminiscent nostalgia that comes from this. Porsche, Ford F-150. You can take the cash prize instead. The cash conversion, 120,000, 150 Gs, 90K. Mustang Dark Horse, looks pretty good. There's a Portugal and Spain river cruise. Half 6 figures, 45,000. Choose your ride. So this is the kind of stuff that captivates people when they want to participate in stuff like that. So I'm not gonna. So that's that. I'm not going to participate. So, but again, section E or F, 1 or 2 point, 6.1 or 5.1, 5.2, something like that. That's the area and sub-region or region subsection designation. Okay, that's it. So that's everything here. And again, some of this will also go to, I believe in property 2, or the facility, I should say, not property. Because that it's not ownership. So facility 2, the second facility 2, I'm practicing my mental floor plan and layout. E, this is section E, this is region E, that's a region M, yeah, region M, that'd be 13.2, 13.1, 13.2, that's where some of this mail will go, that's like important, it's like the mailing, bank statements or whatever, secure vault, stuff like that, with preventative measures, and also some serious consequences. Anyways, that's it. So yeah, that's inventory. Okay, that's it, and see you guys next time.